All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Geminis, thank you so much for all your patience last week. It was a very difficult week for me. And actually this one could still be a little bit bumpy too. But I think you guys only ever got one video at all last week. We'll see how this week goes. I'm trying my best for two. But thanks for all your patience. All right. So we have the Six of Cups. Nice way to begin. It can be nostalgia. It can also represent a return of something better, like better vibes, hopes, wishes, dreams, that feeling of like anything is possible. I remember once upon a time when I used to feel like that. Well, that feeling is coming back in now. This can also talk about soulmate type of energy that could be coming back in. Let's see. This could be somebody who's thinking an awful lot about Gemini. Maybe Gemini made this person feel like anything was possible. Wow. Okay. So we have a Four of Wands. We also have a Five of Wands, and we have the Magician. I'm rubbing my own head, and I'm going to say somebody's head is almost starting to hurt from this because they are wanting this back so much. I would argue right now that, it could be Virgo Gemini energy here that is wanting this back so much. They know that there's a lot of obstacles to this, but they desperately want this back. They remember like what it used to be like. They remember when, I don't know if Gemini was ever married to this person, or if there was like plans, or if this person is just saying, I remember, how it used to feel, how, we maybe once upon a time had like someday we're going to do this and someday we're going to do that. I want that back. I want to manifest that back. I feel like somebody is trying to manifest the heck out of Gemini coming back into their lives. Okay, let's take a look at this. We have got a Seven of Pentacles and a Six of Swords. Well, if that's what they're thinking of, it's because they have moved on from something very difficult. This has been a long time coming. Long time coming, though. Look at this big old gnarly tree of life. And we have all these crystal balls like hanging from it. Like maybe this has been multiple lifetimes before this has been able to come back around. Maybe that's why this person is like thinking of it so much, so intently, because they're like determined, I'm going to have this time. I remember that once upon a time I should have been able to have this with Gemini, and I want that opportunity back. What was the obstacle? Why didn't this happen before? Nine of Swords. It looks like a lot of chaos. It looks like it was energy all over the place. Stress. All kinds of because those are all quill pens, there could have been way too much input from too many different angles, too much going on. Three of Wands and the Hierophant. Honestly, this also just looks like I said, why didn't this happen? Why was there something that broke these two apart? Really, it looks like it couldn't happen until later on in life. This could have been right person, wrong time. And at this point in their life, they're like, I'm desperate. I knew that it was the wrong time then. That was clear because it wasn't happening. So that's how you know it's the wrong time. But this was always something that was going to happen at some point. Tell me, how is it that they're manifesting our Gemini back in? Seven of Swords. Knight of Swords. Okay, this person is literally like, they're breaking into the castle. You see that we've got this little, they've, thrown their, oh gosh, what's that called? The grappling hook, so they can scale the walls of the castle. And we see this little rope, like they're going to be, this is somebody who they might use a deceptive tactic even to figure out how to get back in. This is like, I don't know, maybe somebody calls and, an old friend and says, hey, yeah, I was trying to get in touch with Gemini. There's whatever, my cousin wants to talk to them, or maybe there's like mutual friends or something. And they're trying to figure out how they can get back in touch with Gemini and fast. But it's really that this person seems to, I do feel like it's a deceptive method though, that they're using to try to get back in touch. And this could be sudden. They just suddenly are like, I can't take it anymore. I have to just do this. I have to just pick up the phone and call, send a text and call. a text and call. Maybe they do both, but there's an element here of them really trying this. 3 of Cups. All they want, or maybe they're figuring out where Gemini is going to be, and they're making sure that they get on the guest list too, that they need to be invited also. Maybe they're lying saying, hey, I'm going to be in town. They see Gemini is going to be at some event or something, and they go, I'm going to be in town. So, hey, maybe I'll swing by. They might be like, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but like if there's like, different events are coming up, like weddings, anniversaries, graduations, all that stuff is kind of coming up throughout May and June. And it's like maybe this person half invites themselves to some function that they know Gemini will be at. And just because they're pretending, oh, I'm going to be in town anyway. No, they're not. They're probably traveling like tons of miles. But it doesn't matter because this is their chance. It feels like they want to reconnect with Gemini, maybe in like a social setting at first. We have the 3 of Pentacles and we have the Justice card in the reverse. It may be partially to kind of gauge, will Gemini even concede to talk to them and allow them to say, I actually, needed to talk to you. I didn't know how else to reach out to you. So I'm here because I needed to connect with you if you'll let me talk to you. They want to set the things right with that Justice in the reverse, Libra energy. This is somebody who wants to set everything right. But it's weird because you want to set it right, but you start out with a deceptive energy to try to get back in. The Star, they are desperately trying to heal things. Why do they think that the Gemini would not speak to them? So they had to use a deceptive tactic or maybe that's just it. Maybe they were going to just open up by saying, hey, I'm going to be in town, when they aren't really. They're coming for that reason. That could be the full deception of it. 4 of Pentacles. They really think Gemini will not give them the time of day, that the Gemini holds back. They may also, though, think that the Gemini certainly remembers me. I know that, but they also are holding back from me on purpose. 9 of Cups in the reverse, 10 of Swords sideways. Ooh, so they caused the Gemini some kind of hurt. There was some incomplete ending. In fact, it was questionable as to what even happened, but they do know that the Gemini was not pleased with them, that they were not the Gemini's 9 of Cups. They were not the Gemini's wish fulfillment. That was for sure. So they know all that. What is it that they want to set right with that Justice card in the reverse? 4 of Swords. They, again, with, we've already seen with the Aquarian Star card, we've already seen them wanting to heal stuff, and we see it again. They want to set things right. They want to heal things. They want to communicate now what they didn't before. So why did they not? Queen of Air, King of Air sideways. Well, they might have known that the Gemini was all that. Gemini was a queen, but a king sideways, not so much. A king sideways is, they knew that they were a matched pair, but they also knew that they were not ready yet. It's interesting because they're sitting here. They needed to be willing to, this is like sign their name on a document. Maybe they weren't ready to get married. They knew who they wanted to marry, but the idea of genuinely getting married, they were not ready to put pen to paper and sign a document that says I'm married. I don't know where their fear came from. I don't know where that all came from, but boy, that's what they want now. They want marriage. We already saw that. Let me just ask, why were they sideways? Why was that king uncertain back in the day? Page of Fire. I mean, they might have simply been too immature. Pages are our children of the deck. And the fire energy is like, they were, well, and here we've got this person who's out, dancing the night away. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they might have been like, no, I just want to still have fun. I want to play. I don't want anything to be too serious. I'm too young to have a serious commitment. I need to still dance. Or maybe maybe their career was as a dancer. Maybe they wanted to still try to, like pursue whatever, a certain career path or something, even if they had just begun, developing a skill or something. Maybe they really wanted to focus on, this is like hobbies, artistic pursuits, that fiery energy is all kinds of like you know, they had to do some personal growth for sure. So they basically, they knew darn well who they wanted to marry, but they also knew that they weren't ready to get married. And because this was already the person that they were supposed to be married to, and they knew it, there wasn't like a middle ground here. It wasn't like, oh, I really love you, I want to marry you. That was already known. But if it was like, I know all this, but I'm not ready to do it yet, then what are they doing? They can't sit there and take somebody's time and energy, but not offer the thing that they already know they want to offer, but they're not ready to do it yet. So they kind of had to get out of the way. I want to know, what did Gemini do in that meantime? Knight of Wands, Temperance card. Gemini said, bye-bye. Nope, there's other lips to kiss. I'm super balanced. Maybe they got together with the Sag. This Gemini, they might have had a very harmonious romance, something very passionate with someone and harmonious. But it ended with the 5 of Pentacles. It didn't proceed to marriage because that wasn't the person that the Gemini wanted to marry either. But they did have passion with someone who actually, it was balanced, but it didn't end up culminating in more than like I don't know, maybe it was I don't want to say like a short-term romance, but Strength card, Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. Well, interestingly enough, the relationship that has ended that that Gemini was in, I keep thinking about that Temperance card. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to talk about Sag. But the relationship that Gemini was in that has closed, it left our Gemini feeling that much stronger, where it's like, yeah, if that person did show up from my past and they showed up as an emperor, yeah, I might give it another whirl. So it's funny because they think that the Gemini probably won't have anything to do with them. That's kind of why they're using some subterfuge to try to get back in. But Gemini is like ready. They're very ready to have a long-term commitment. I don't feel like they're like miserable and, oh, I'm so lonely. I think that they had another relationship that didn't work out, and that was fine. Now they're ready for something serious with the right person. And if the right person is that person from the past, I don't see this Gemini shaking them off and saying, oh, stay away, stay away. In fact, it might be just the right time. So it's interesting that they think Gemini wouldn't want them back, when Gemini is actually like, what do you mean? I've had a great time. I had another whole relationship in my life. I moved on. You weren't ready. I didn't sit around and cry in my teacup. I went off and had some awesome relationships in my life and lived fully. I didn't sit around and say, oh, why can't they be ready? I must have them. Are you kidding me? There's other fish in the sea. Like, that's kind of the attitude of this Gemini. But now is the right time for the Gemini to meet up with this person again. So final message on this. What have we got? Final message on this is 7 of Wands, Strength card again, 2 of Swords. For these two to come into any kind of a union will require great courage and determination. They will still they challenge each other. Gemini and this person, they challenge each other. And there could be some blockages. And there could be some, it's not like totally smooth sailing. But 7 is a number of change. And if they want this, and if they both want to like put energy in and fight for this, it's very possible. I think it will be Gemini who's most on the fence about this just a little bit, because obviously they're the ones who are desperately manifesting an opportunity again. And Sag kind of looks like they're going to say, well, I could see how this goes, and I don't know. Well, I'll let you know how I'm feeling about it all. I don't see the Gemini jumping to get this going. I think that this is going to take a little bit of time still before there's a decision on Gemini's side. They're open to this, though, is what it looks like. But ultimately, it's up to them as to whether or not they take this person back into their world. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like the channel and want me to keep doing it, and then I will. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.